Hey guys, welcome to brand new tutorials which is TestNG in Selenium. In our next few lectures, we're going to learn in details what is TestNG, how to integrate TestNG plugin, the benefits, features of TestNG, and so on. So, what is TestNG? TestNG is a unit test framework that gives you central control on your automation. It's help you to make your automation framework dynamic. As an example, if you have say 200 test cases in your regression, and out of this 200 test cases, if you want to segregate 50 test cases and run those 50 test cases as a smoke test, what are you going to do? Like, are you going to create another separate project with the 50 test cases and will run those 50 test cases as a smoke test? That's not a smart way to do. You can easily, separate 50 test cases out of these 200 test cases, mark them or group them as a smoke test and run those together whenever you need. TestNG comes to the picture for that kind of features. TestNG give you a lot more other benefits, like if you need to run any prerequisite test cases or any condition, okay, then TestNG comes to the picture. If you need to run any the post execution, TestNG comes to the picture, because TestNG comes with a lot of annotation, and those annotations give you lots of benefits, such benefits to make your framework dynamic, give you more control the way you want to run 100 test cases together, to run multiple test cases from different classes, to run some prerequisite before it's run your actual test cases, whatever you want. That's why TestNG is called heart of the Selenium automation. So if you go to their TestNG, their official document, this is testng.org, their site, you can see, TestNG is a testing framework inspired from JUnit or NUnit, but introducing some new features that makes it more powerful and easier, such as it has lots of annotation. We'll learn one by one. It's run testing arbitrarily, the big thread pools with the various policies available. Test that your code is multi-thread safe, flexible, the test configuration. It can allow you to run data-driven testing through one of the annotation is called data provider annotation, support for parameterization, and so on. You will see this how powerful TestNG, the more we're going to deep dive or learn. So in our next few lecture, we're going to learn all about TestNG features, in everything. So in this case, we're not going to learn anything from the Selenium. So Selenium real test scenario, we're not going to use any real test scenario. We'll create some of the dummy class and dummy method or test scenarios so that we can give a more focus about the TestNG. Okay, so let's go to our Eclipse. Okay, so here is our Eclipse. Let's start create a brand new project. So let's say new, and then we'll create a Java project. Okay, so we'll give a name, say example, the project name would be TestNG, say TestNG practice. Okay, TestNG practice. Okay, that's fine. Finish. So there is a project is called TestNG project, TestNG practice. Okay, inside this practice or project, we're going to do all our exercise. So first thing first, so we'll see how to well, let's go here. So we'll see how to install this TestNG plugin to your Eclipse, because it's a TestNG. It's an add-on plugin. So before it's integrated to your project, your Eclipse should have knowledge about the TestNG. So let's see how we can do this. So if you go to the help and then Eclipse Marketplace and then type TestNG, let's do it. So we'll go help, then you'll see Eclipse Marketplace, right? And then Eclipse Marketplace, then let's type here, we're going to type here TestNG, then hit enter. Here we go, TestNG for Eclipse. Let's click on install. Okay, let it finish. Okay, after that let's press and confirm. Okay, so it's coming from with the all of the license agreement, everything's that's fine. We'll say I do accept terms and condition, finish it. Okay, so TestNG should be plugged into Eclipse, so Eclipse should have the knowledge about the TestNG. So next we're going to see how you're going to confirm whether TestNG being installed over here. Here you can see, okay, there is a pop-up window comes up. It's asking about the since this is a plugin, so it's asking about the authority and do you trust for this application. You can say yes. It's because TestNG coming from TestNG org, so select this one and then say trust selected. Okay, and then what comes up? Do you trust unsigned content on this unsigned related to the bundle? It should be fine. Okay, and after that, so it's asking us to restart your application. Let's restart the Eclipse. So you must have to restart the application, other than so Eclipse will not able to sync with the TestNG features, all those things. Okay, looks like it's back. So let's say that we can now verify whether the TestNG is being installed properly or not. If to do this, if you go window and then preferences, and then you can from here you can just you can see there's a TestNG here. If you don't see, just type over a test, it should come up display with the TestNG. You can see, okay, you can see here, so TestNG is there. So as long as you see the TestNG over here, it's one of the features, it means TestNG been plugged in or installed on your system, on your Eclipse right way. Okay, close it. Okay, so now TestNG we have in our Eclipse. Now let's create our one of our first class. Before that, let's create a package. So new from your source and then package. We're going to create a new package for this exercise. Let's give a name, say test. Okay, test. Okay, finish it. So we have a package name test. So inside the package, we are going to create all of our classes. Okay, let's create a first class. So we'll give a class name, say give a name demo, say demo. Okay, let's give a name demo. So as I said, like in this exercise, we're not going to create any Selenium code, like a real code that will apply on an application validated. Other than we're going to put more focus, we'll create all demo class, demo method, you will see test method, but we'll put more focus on the framework like this. What is TestNG, the explanation, the features, the different annotations, so that we don't get confused and make it complex. So we'll learn TestNG everything, then we'll have a separate project, then we'll add the TestNG features with some real case scenario on later on. Okay, so public demo class. So in this class, let's create a one. So what do you usually, if you see that here, one of the difference, I create a class over here without public static void main method. If you notice that, up until this project, we used to create a class always with a public static void main method, right? And we have learned that without the main method, Java compiler wouldn't able to execute any one of your code, because Java compiler always look for your code inside the main method. So whatever your code inside the main method, it will able to execute, a compiler able to execute and work as per instruction. But here you can notice that I create a method without create a class without a main method. The reason why, TestNG, when your project will have the knowledge about the TestNG. The TestNG, it has its own compiler, instead of Java compiler, and that compiler already have the knowledge about this main method. So you don't have to write any more main method, other than you can write it. So if I want to, so then you can ask me what, how we're going to write the code. So say example, I'm going to write a code, say print. Okay, I'm going to say sys out. We're saying the system.out.println system.out.println, and then we're going to say this is okay. So we'll say display me, okay, or I will say display me, okay. But you can see it's showing me an error. Yes, because it doesn't have any main method, and I didn't say even to use without a main method. As I said, TestNG can run your code without a main method, but how this can what is the structure to write your code in using a TestNG? You have to create a method. So method is nothing, is a function, as through a Java class, for each and every scenario, for every test cases that you are going to write a code to validate, to write your validated testing code, you have to be inside a method. So how you're going to write a method? So I will say, assume that this is my code, testing code that I want to run. So your testing code have to be inside a method. So, and it have to be just right before your actual code. So here is your place you can write your method. So example, I will say, and method is public. So very, simple way I'm going to write a method. So your accessibility, which is public, and then return type, since it's a printing statement in your method body, so its return type is void, or you can start always with a void, then you can change it later on your method type as per your code inside the body. Then I would say say hello. So this is a simple method, okay, and inside a method you can paste your body, the code you want to, it should be part of your, okay, it should be part of your method. So you can see I put system.out.println, and then I was saying display me. Okay, now the arrow is gone, right? And as I said, this method is nothing, it's one method represent one test cases. Okay, let me save it. Let's say that if I want to run, how you're going to run? There is no option over here. You see, there's nothing. The run as there's no option is showing over here. So to run your test cases, because now our project, we're not using void main, so you have to give a more specific information to your project. How your project, are you going to run your project as a TestNG? So then you have to use all the TestNG features to make it enable your code to run as a TestNG, not run as a Java anymore. Okay, so first of all, this is, we said, we create a method, that's fine, to write your code for a specific validation or test cases. That time you have to make it so this public void hello method, this is a method. Hello method is one of your test cases to make sure or to let your project to know this hello method is a part of one test cases. To enable that part, to ensure that part, you have to use one annotation. What's the annotation? Its annotation is called test annotation. Test. Okay. So sorry, test it should be uppercase. So test annotation. Then hover your mouse so you can see here is the option. Make sure this is make sure you select the right option. So let me show you again. Hover your mouse up here, you can see add TestNG library. Okay, so we're going to add TestNG library. Click on there, so it will add a TestNG library, you can see over here. Okay, then hover your mouse again, then import the the package related to the TestNG. Import TestNG package annotation. Click this one. Now your project, okay, now your project, it's having the knowledge that you are using this project, or making this project, or using the features of the TestNG. Okay, until that, the TestNG was installed to Eclipse, but now for this specific project have the knowledge about the TestNG. Okay, so now if you want to save it, run it, you can see there is a features, there's an option run as TestNG test. Okay, so click on there. Okay, allow. Let's see. Here we go. This is the magic of TestNG started. You can see there's a very nice kind of report. It's saying, the display, whatever you want to say, display me, it's displaying over here, and it's giving you pass. It's kind of like a report. Pass, what is pass? The pass method name is hello. So hello method is saying is pass, and it's giving you more breakdown report like total test run. So test run is 1, which is the hello method, no failure, no skips. So TestNG give you the very concise report, and that's tell you that how many test cases have been run, how many fail, anything on a console are supposed to display, it will display you. Previously, if we used to run, I use the public static void main, and if you say to run, display anything on your console, it would only display this part. Now you can see that it's give you the more concise, concrete report. Like as I said, every method represent a one test cases. And in one single class, this is a class, it's called demo class. One single class, you can create as many test cases as you want. Multiple test cases you can create. Okay, let me create another one. Let me say if I want to create another test cases, let's say I will give a name. Same, let's create a method first for the public, void, I would say, let's give a name for now, it's the display method name is display. Okay, and then let's print it. Let's make this one first test method. I would say my first test method. Okay, and now we're going to change this one to over here. We'll say my second test method. So I want to display my second test method. Okay, so this is very just displaying method. It's not any complex method. As I said, I'm not going to use any Selenium test, the real test over here, other than we're going to put more focus about the TestNG, all features, everything. Okay, so let's put a test annotation. So you have to add test annotation at the top of your method, so that this method considered as a test case. Okay, so now if you want to, now let's run it. Here we go. You can see this is my you can see one important thing over here saying my second test method, it's printing first over here. My first test method is printing, it's in a second line, and then both test cases is now is displaying, it's saying it's a pass, hello is pass, and there's a 2 test runs, 2 method run, no failure, no escapes. Okay, that's give you, and even there is a okay, let's now discuss why it's I wrote hello method or hello test method first and then display, but when it's a report, it shows my second one first, like display first and hello is second. Why is like that? The reason why TestNG, when you have a multiple test cases or multiple method in a single class and you run those things, TestNG have its own preference. It's follow alphabetical order for your following your method name. So over here your method name is display D, it's it comes first then H, right? So that's why D gets executed first, then hello gets executed. If you want to set up your own preference, you can do it. You can override TestNG's default preference. There is a way you can do, we'll see it, but this is the reason. Okay, the TestNG, if you don't set up your own preference, it will set follow its own default preference, which is the alphabetical order. Okay, so that's the you can say way you can run your test cases. Okay, let's create, I would say let's create another class. Okay, then we'll see something else. Let me create another class. Okay, I will give a name, say demo1. Okay, no more main method, finish it. And here we're going to say another method, create another method. Let's give a method name public void, I would give a name show method. Okay, show method, and then this is the body of the method. We'll say sysout. I will say over here I would say show method, I will say test for showing product list. Just I'm giving a random printing statement, showing product list. Assume that this is your application is e-commerce application where you have a list of product, or you have a search function, you have a payment function, you have a order history function, right, where you can see the order details and so on. Okay, so assume that. So here assume that this is your now another separate class. Save it. Now if I want to run this one, yes, we can run as a TestNG. You have to make sure you have to add the annotation, test annotation, right? Save it, and then hover your mouse, it should come up. Okay, add, okay, import test annotation should be good. Then hover your mouse, TestNG. Okay, this is the report. Sure. Now, in a real life, you could have in a one project, you will have lots of class, and every class you will have a multiple method, right? Like a demo class we have seen, then how and all the classes, like most of the classes you need to run at a time, or all the method from different classes you need to run, whether it's the same time, or you need to run, sometimes maybe you need to run, say from demo class you want to run only the first test cases, and from the demo one need to run the test cases, but you can ignore this one. How you can make control those things. This is right now we are running our test cases or classes like manually, right click, and we're saying that run as TestNG, and that's it's only running in this class. How you can run all of them. If I want to run like both class demo and demo one together, how can I do this? We'll see in our next class. Thank you.